Hey everybody, welcome back. Today is Monday, October 5th, 2020, and my name is Teri Hunter. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am here with your Pick an Angel card reading for this week. Today I thought I would use my Kyle Gray deck rather than the other two decks that I normally use, and I'm going to do 4 spreads rather than 3 spreads. So the object is this: you will allow your intuition to guide you as to whether you should listen to reading 1, 2, 3, or 4, and that's what will be pertinent for you for this week. You can also ask a question in your mind's eye before you do this, and then allow your intuition to guide you to the reading that will suit it. All right, here we go, starting with reading number 1. And while I shuffle, I'm just going to explain. I use a 4-card spread. The first position represents the foundational aspect. It's the energy you're stepping out on into the week. The second position represents the opportunity or the obstacle. 1 coin, 2 sides. Every opportunity has an inherent obstacle, and every obstacle has an inherent opportunity. The third position represents the angel's advice for taking advantage of the opportunity or getting around the obstacle. And the final position represents the energy potential at the end of the week. So, for those of you that picked card reading number 1, in the foundational position, we have the medicine guardian. Be open to healing information. And I want to show you this card. You can see it's primarily green. It has a lot to do with the heart chakra. The heart chakra is green. Healing is not just a physical thing. It's an emotional thing. It's a spiritual thing. It's a financial thing. It's in our love body. And so this is about being open to information, to being your opportunity and or your obstacle is the night. Be brave and honest in your heart. And I want to say it this way, because the minute I looked at the card, I saw every rose has a thorn. I heard the song in my head. And while there are, everything has its challenges. This is the position of opportunity and or obstacle. I feel like what I'm seeing is that the medicine guardian is asking you to be open to healing information that you may not want to hear. It may be something to the effect of, let's say you have a job and you've been working super hard at that job and you can't get a raise. You can't get any movement forward. The healing information is that it may be time to look for new opportunities. And your job in that is to be brave and honest with yourself as to why you're holding on to that job. Because in the angel's advice is the winter. And this represents the closing at the end of a cycle. And this is now about taking care of your needs. Because in the final position is the spirit fox, and it's saying to trust your talent in changing times. You know, this deck, for the most part, doesn't have love cards like a tarot deck. And the normal decks that I use describe burden, restriction, things such as this. So as I'm intuiting this for the people that picked angel reading number 1, I think this has a lot to do with your emotional body. I think it has a lot to do with your heart chakra, the things that you want, and the information that's coming to you feels like it's going to be coming from a more co-creative position. So I want to put it this way. A belief is a thought that we have thought repeatedly. And oftentimes that belief has had no evidence in the real world when it's being taught to us. It's almost like, how can I give an example? Money doesn't grow on trees. Money doesn't grow on trees. So as a child, when you want something, you inadvertently hear that it's not possible because we don't have the money for it. So be open to healing energy and information to say, how do I participate in my belief body about what it is I want to experience and manifest? This is how you can be brave and honest. And it's not about judgment. It's about identification of what may be getting in your own way so that you can take care of your own needs, and in doing so, make your talents a priority, things that really make your heart sing, the things that you want to do, and to trust them as you nurture your talents in this changing environment that we're going through in 2020. This unique expression that we call talents, gifts, if you will. They are the things that are going to be more celebrated and more expected of us as individuals walking this earth now. Those that want to tuck into routine jobs that have served their wallet versus their heart, those jobs are not going to be as readily available because of the changing times, and the soul that comes to this earth plane to express their talents in constant changing times. So be open to information this week, and when the information comes through, part of it is because I want to say it this way, for those that picked reading number 1, I feel like you may hear something in the outside world through the television, through a podcast, through someone makes a comment, and it sparks a thought. And that thought is a query on the inside as to, is this dynamic truly serving me? Is this job truly serving me? Is this relationship truly serving me? And am I staying here because I'm somehow thinking that this is serving me, but it may not truly be serving me. So it pays the bills, but you're not thriving. You want to seek thriving. All right, let's go on to angel reading number 2. And while I'm shuffling, I'll just simply say, if you're listening, if you'd like to hit the like button, if you'd like to share these videos, comment, it's all very much appreciated. Subscribe. Okay, angel reading number 2. In the foundational position, we have the wise one. Grow within your current situation. In the opportunity or the obstacle, we have winter. In the angel's advice, we have broken arrow. Embrace the energy of peace. And then in the final position, we have the oracle. Wait for important information. The wise one represents the crone energy in the female experience, where she has lived the earthly experience long enough to be able to determine her truth, the deceptions in her that she tells herself, and the wisdoms with which she tells herself. And if you look at the owl here, in my other deck, the owl represents deception and wisdom. And here we have the moon, and it's sitting in a crescent, but it's like a cup. So to me, this is the moon filling her up with her intuitions. And here it is. She is to grow within the current situation. There is a wisdom beyond what you can see. And this is about taking the victim energy out of the situation. In some respects, we all co-create. And sometimes in that co-creation, we act as spirit's servant, or as spirit's device or spirit's vessel for other people's energetic evolution. So let's say someone is behaving poorly and we don't like it. So rather than mirroring that energy, we decide to stand in our own energy. And that presents an invitation to the other side. In fact, the whole situation presents an invitation to both souls, because again, this happened in reading number 1. The opportunity is to take care of your needs and to close a cycle of putting your needs in the back burner, in second position, because the energy of peace is what is being offered you. But I don't think it's necessarily peace with another. It feels like it's a peace of mind thing, because I'm learning how to grow within a situation. I'm rapidly turning 61 in a couple of weeks. And the thing that I love the most about this aging process is that situations that used to send me depressed and in my bed and wondering what my purpose was on this planet, they don't happen the same way, but there's similarities to things that happen to me, and I seek the wisdom within each situation. And I don't resist sometimes feeling bad, but rather engage spirit to help me see the wisdom so that I can rise above the situation versus being pulled under by it. Because in the final position is the oracle, and it says wait for important information. And I think that information is directly related into growing within the situation. So let me just frame it like this, because I want to put this in a relationship situation. There is a possibility that within a situation you have a habit. Um, there are certain relationships in my life, whether I spend time with the people or not, there is a habit of energy that we have. And this is conflict or discord or judgment and criticism. And when I think about those people, those dynamics, I can go back into that energy and have nobody around me. So for those of you that picked reading number 2, if you're having one of those loops in your mind, it could be about money. It could be that you never make money, or you're not getting the relationship. It's time to really take care of your needs in the respect of saying, well, I can evolve through the situation. I can show up in the way that I want and not put an expectation on the other side, which then allows spirit to open up to more information. And I think that information is going to be something to the effect of the current situation that you're in wasn't really serving your highest and greatest good. And when you really dug deep, you thought to yourself, am I trying to put a square peg into a round hole? Am I giving up too many of my wants and desires in order to fit into this situation? Because it's time to close that chapter. And the energy of peace isn't with the other dynamic. It's not with, making peace with the fact that you're broke or making peace with the fact that you don't have a relationship. It's making peace with the idea that until you put your needs first and you're authentic that you need those things in this earthly experience, they're things you want, then spirit can bring in the important information. And I don't think this is going to be like information like you read in a newspaper. I think that information could be more like an epiphany, more like a revolution within your own head. Oh my goodness, I I I created something thinking I was doing one thing, and a year later I realized I'd been creating a whole dynamic on fear, and fear that I wouldn't be able to succeed as I aged. And that's why that particular dynamic had gotten no traction. So if something's not getting any traction, then grow within the situation, look to where you're not taking care of your needs, embrace the energy of peace within yourself that your needs are valuable, and they are what, when you take care of your needs, you have more fuel within your physical and energetic body. And then spirit is going to bring confirmation, some sort of peace of mind, some sort of epiphany, some sort of, I don't know, epiphany is the best word I can think of, where you're actually like, wow, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that, and I'm ready to evolve past that, because I don't want that version of this anymore. Okay, let's go on to reading number 3. Right. Shuffle. Reading number 3. Our first angel is the medicine guardian. The second is medicine mother. The third is the hermit. And the final is the high priest. Okay. So this is the third reading of 4, and medicine guardian has been the foundational position twice of the readings. So be open to healing information. And I want to say that as I look at this, yes, I see this emblem over the heart chakra. I see the large green wings, the primary green color. But when I look at it, I feel like this is very much about the physical body right now. This is very much about addressing the vessel with which you endeavor to create. Because for those of you that have picked reading number 3, I don't necessarily think that you're ill, but what I do think is that there may be habits. Let's say you wake up and when you hit the ground running with a hot cup of coffee, that hot cup of coffee is maybe not serving your greater good, and you're starting to feel it. You're like, I don't know, because I feel like Mother Medicine is asking you to trust an inner knowing. And that inner knowing, to me, is not very loud. It's sort of just a a whisper. And I feel like in order to truly connect with that inner knowing, it's time to meditate. It's time to listen to the quiet voice within, because it feels to me like those of you that picked reading number 3 will really need your physical vessel to be in tip-top shape, because there's something that you're about to endeavor that's going to get some traction. And it may take some time. You know, it may not be, oh, I have an idea, I jump in, and a year later my ideas hit the ground. It may be a year later you're just starting to physically get this into the physical world, because the high priest says to intend and to create, and this is in relation to the medicine guardian. And I feel like, I mean, some of you may be in the medical field and endeavoring to create vaccines, creating, you know, new wonderful supplements, but that's a small percentage of the average. I think the average person is being asked to open up to addressing whatever old stale habits that you have, that you got when you were who knows how old, and you've just been purporting them without thinking anymore, because you will intend and to create, and the body wants to be, I'm going to put it this way. As I've done this work, and I spend every day communing with spirit in one way or another, meditating, doing a reading, doing Reiki, my literally physical body cannot sustain crap anymore. I try to eat potato chips, they make me feel like shit. I eat ice cream and I feel like my body turns into one big inflammation. And so as I've been more mindful to put live foods, fruits and vegetables and things that fuel my body versus feed my body is aligning to a vibration that is serving where I want to move forward in the years to come. So I feel like very much addressing your physical body, taking into consideration not just what you've heard is good for you, but does your body respond to it in a way that makes you feel good as well. Okay, let's go on to reading number 4. Give it a good shake. All right, reading number 4. Our first angel is the trader. Exchange energy to create abundance. We have the wise one, grow within your current situation. We have medicine mother, and we have stargazer. This is very interesting to me because both wise one and medicine mother have both come out. So we've done 4 card readings using 16 cards out of a deck this big, and we're seeing a repeated theme. But for reading number 4, the trader talks about exchanging energy to create abundance. I don't think this is necessarily about trading services per se, but look at his hand over his heart. I feel like this really comes to, when I think of energy exchange, I feel like this is coming from places of my heart. He's got a joyous look on his face. He almost looks like he's going to start to laugh. And that pillow, to me, just, it speaks of some sort of soft comfort. So I feel like the energy exchange must feel soft and comfortable and come from your heart. So, you know, money is an energy exchange, absolutely. Services and trading are an energy exchange. But I want to be very clear that not all energy exchanges are even. So this is super important for you to feel comfortable about it, because in the opportunity or the obstacle is to grow within the situation, the wise one. And I feel like you have traded services, you have, and I want to put it this way, when you apply for a job, you're trading services. So if you're looking for a job now and you're haven't gotten anything, and then you get a little nibble and that job is not what you want, not serving you monetarily, stimulating your mind, but it would give you just enough to get by, think twice. think twice, because Mother Medicine is asking you to honor your inner knowing and not to go down a road you've already been down and expect a different result, because it's not going to work out that way. And that's why it's so important to exchange energy from your heart chakra, because the stargazer is telling you to set your sights higher. And I want to offer this because I love astrology. I do a weekly live show on YouTube on another channel, and I do angels and astrology on that channel. And I have really come to see how God created the heavens and the earth together, because the heavens help us get a roadmap as to what we're going to be walking through energetically. And 2020 has been grandly designed to bring up the imbalance so that the imbalance can be balanced. Disruption is the doorway to your dreams. This has been coming through my meditations. The world is in a disruption. And in the disruption, we've had to become more creative. I've started working on my channel more here, whereas I was just really dependent upon the show I did on the other channel. So to me, this is now an energy exchange between you and I feel good about it. So I'm not concerned about what it's doing for me monetarily, although if you'd like to book a reading, go ahead. Anyway, I was kidding, but I'm not. So for those of you that picked reading number 4, when you're moving forward through the rest of this week and you're being offered opportunities, look to see if the energy exchange really comes from your heart. And if for some reason it doesn't, it feels like more of a head decision, give it a pause. And then say to Spirit, if this is indeed, there's more to this than I can see that would serve my evolution, that would serve where I want to go, give me that inner knowing in a way I cannot miss it. And I will set my sights higher and trust that you've got my back, Spirit. Okay, that's it for this week's Pick a Angel Reading. I never know what to call these. It's kind of an awkward title, but it is what it is. So I hope you're enjoying these. Again, please like, please subscribe, please comment, and please share the videos. I'll be back next week, if not sooner, with some other fun things for you to check out. All right, thanks everybody. See you soon.